Why, hello, everyone. Look at who I have visiting with us today. Oh my goodness, and who do you have with you? Oh, all of your baby ducks. Hello, Mrs. Duck. And you're just here floating in the water with all of your babies? How sweet. Well, that reminds me of the Bible lesson that I was just getting ready to read you all today. Let's see. It is called Moses Becomes a Leader. And wow, look at, I think there's a baby in this story, and it's floating in the water just like you all. Hi, babies. Well, let's get on with our story today. It's the story of Moses. Let's see. It talks about a Hebrew woman named Jochebed gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. But Pharaoh, remember he's the king, wanted all the Hebrew baby boys killed. Jochebed hid her precious child to keep him safe. Wow, do you see the water back there? And sort of the weeds or the brush over there? I think that Jochebed wanted to hide her baby, and she looked out onto the river and saw the weeds and the brush as a good place to hide. She says, so you can see too, she says, "Please, God, help save my son," she prayed. Jochebed placed the baby in a basket and floated it in the Nile River. Miriam, the baby's sister, watched from a distance. Can you see her hiding back there? She's watching her baby brother. She's probably very concerned. Maybe she's worried. And there is baby Moses floating in the water in a basket. Now, his mom did this to protect him because she didn't want her baby to die. When Pharaoh's daughter, that's the king, came to the river to bathe, oh, this must be her. Look how she's dressed. She is dressed like an Egyptian princess. When she came to the river to bathe, she spotted the basket in the reeds. "Poor child," said the princess. "He is a Hebrew baby. I will keep him as my own and call him Moses, because I brought him out of the water." Wow. So Moses is now his name because the Pharaoh princess, the daughter of the Pharaoh, the princess, is going to take him as her own. Oh dear, what's going to happen? And the baby's real sister sees what is happening. So Moses became the son of the princess. He grew up in the palace in Egypt. But when Pharaoh tried to kill him for harming an Egyptian, Moses ran away into the desert. Hi. So we know in the Bible, we talk about Moses a lot. This is the first story of Moses when he was a baby. And he's a Hebrew child, but he goes to spend the beginning of his life in Egypt and he's treated like the son of a princess. Let's see. Wow, so we're going to talk about the whole story of Moses. Can you see now? He's much older and he's out in the desert. Moses lived in the desert of Midian for many years. One day on Mount Horeb, the mountain of God, Moses noticed a bush covered in flames. He wondered, why isn't the bush burning up? Usually when we see a fire, it burns up the whole bush until it's a black ash. But not what Moses saw. It just kept burning, but the bush did not burn up. Then suddenly, a voice boomed out of the flames. "Moses! Moses! Do not come any closer. I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I have heard the cries of my people. I am going to rescue them. Go back to Egypt. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go." Wow. What do you think Moses thought of that? Moses was shaking. "No, Lord, not me. Who am I to speak to the Pharaoh? Send somebody else." Oh, it sounds like Moses is scared. I tell you, I would be scared if I was in the desert, and we do live here in the desert, and a bush lit on fire in front of me, and then I heard a big booming voice telling me what to do. Gracious, I would be scared. But God says, "I will be with you, Moses. Here is a sign to show that I sent you. Throw down your staff." Do you see the staff here, that long staff? Usually we see shepherds carrying that staff to help herd the sheep or to fend off a wolf. God says, "Throw your staff on the ground and it will turn into a snake." Moses did as God instructed, and a snake slithered on the ground where the staff had been. Moses grabbed the snake's tail, and it turned into a staff again. Moses saw God's power, and now Moses was ready to lead God's people. My gracious. Wow, and we're out here back by my pool again where we saw the snake when we were talking about the Garden of Eden. That's the first time there was a naughty snake that caused a lot of trouble for Adam and Eve. Do you remember that? And now God uses Moses and uses his staff by turning it into a snake to show Moses that he is God and that Moses must trust him. And God also reminds Moses that he will be with him. He's instructed Moses to go back to Egypt, and Moses is afraid. But just like the story we read last week with Joseph, who was alone in the jail, and his brothers had left him, sold him, Joseph wasn't alone. God was with him throughout it all, and he turned that bad situation into a good one for his people. And God is telling Moses he's going to do the same thing here. He says, Moses, I will be with you. So I want to remind you that no matter what's happening in your life, maybe everything is good and fun. Or maybe it's a bumpy time and you're sad, or you miss your friends, or you miss getting to see your grandparents. Remember, God understands and He is with you. So don't be afraid. Trust God that He has a plan. All right, God's message for today says, I have heard the cries of my people, longing to be free. Remember, the Jewish people are in Egypt and they are slaves. God says to them, I will come to their aid. I will break the bonds that tie them. He says, I will come to help them. I will show the people of Egypt that there is no God greater than me. There is no God greater than our God in heaven and Jesus Christ, His Son. I think in Moses' time, the king, the Pharaoh, acted like he was a god. And our God did not like that. And He did not like what was happening to His people. They were slaves in Egypt. But God was going to fix that. And He was going to use Moses to help Him do that. Now Moses, he started off as that sweet baby. And then he was rescued. And then he did some naughty things in his life. But even through it all, God was with him. And God decided to use him for a very important purpose. And that was to save His people and to bring them out of Egypt. Wow. There's my duck. Have you come back for the end of our story, Duck? And all her sweet babies. And she is out there floating on the pool. How nice is that? Well, thank you for joining me today for our Bible study. And I hope to see you again next week. Let's see, who do we have out there? Kate, Jonathan, are you out there? Can you lead us today in the Lord's Prayer? Thank you so much.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Bye.
We miss everyone.
Bye.
This week's song is called He is the Light, and it is from the VBS Cave Quest. This song tells us that Jesus is the light of the world. Jesus even said it himself that He is the way, the truth, and the light. Think of it this way. If you are in a dark cave, you would need some sort of light to show you your way so you can see and you can find your way. The same goes with Jesus. We want to follow Jesus because He is the light of the world so we can find our way in this dark world. And since Jesus is the light, we want to reflect His light to everyone we see. We want to show Jesus' love and light to others. So now that we know what the song is telling us, let's go learn some choreography. Alright, so first up in the song, we are going to do this cool echo. So we are going to put our hands up to our mouth like this, and we're going to turn this way. And then we're going to go, oh wow! And then we're going to turn the other way because it's an echo. We're going to go, oh wow! And then we're going to go back the other way and do the same thing. So we're going to do that 4 times. So then after our little echo, we are going to go into the verse. So we're going to go, Jesus is the one who lights our way. So this is Jesus in sign language, and then the one who lights our way. We're gonna bring our arms up like this, and then we're gonna do our little echo. Oh wow, oh wow. Then we're gonna go, He gives us hope for each new day. So we're gonna point up, to the sky, and then hope, gonna kind of clap our hands down like here, and then go each new day. And then, oh wow, oh wow. And then we're gonna go, when the world feels dark and lonely. So we're gonna kind of shield ourselves from the world. So when the world feels dark and lonely, his love illuminates. So we're gonna do love, and then we're gonna pull out our arms like this. So when the world feels dark and lonely, his love illuminates. Then he's the one I trust. So we're gonna do the one and then do our yeah kind of thing. So I'll trust and I will follow him. So for following, we're just gonna point out like this and come down. And that's the whole verse. So that all together is, Jesus is the one who lights our way. Oh wow, oh wow. He gives us hope for each new day. Oh wow, oh wow. Then we're gonna go, when the world feels dark and lonely, his love illuminates. He's the one I trust and I will follow him. And that's the whole verse right there. So then we're gonna go into the chorus that goes, he is the light that breaks through the darkness. So we're gonna point up with both of our hands, and then we're gonna bring it back down, just break. Like we're just like bursting out a big light burst right there. So we're gonna go, he is the light that breaks through the darkness. Then follow his lead. So we're gonna point forward and light it up, light it up. So we're gonna go kind of raise the roof to this side and then this side. Then the next part is, Jesus will guide us through every dark time. So we're gonna do Jesus will guide us, and then we're gonna present through every dark time, and then point forward, follow his lead, and then light it up, so we're gonna raise the roof for light it up, and then the world, we're gonna spin around in a circle. So that all together is, he is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow his lead and light it up, light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow his lead and light up the world. We're gonna spin around in a circle. So then after the chorus, it will go in, you'll do the verse one more time, and then it'll go into this bridge where it goes, I'm going to follow Jesus wherever he will lead me. So you're gonna point forward and then present and then point to yourself. Then it's gonna go, I'm gonna follow Jesus all the way. So we're gonna bounce like 4 times there. So that whole thing is, I'm gonna follow Jesus wherever he will lead me. I'm gonna follow Jesus all the way. And then you're gonna do that a few times until it goes into the chorus again. So yeah, that is basically the whole song. So let's put it all together with some music.
Jesus is the one who lights our way. Oh, oh, oh. He gives us hope for each new day. Oh, oh. When the world feels dark and lonely, his love illuminates. He's the one I trust and I will follow him. He is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow his lead and light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow his lead and light up the world. Jesus is the one who lights our way. Oh, oh, oh. He gives us hope for each new day. Oh, oh, oh. When the world feels dark and lonely, his love illuminates. He's the one I trust and I will follow him. He is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow his lead and light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow his lead and light it up the Jesus all the way. I'm gonna follow Jesus wherever he will lead me. I'm gonna follow Jesus all the way. He is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow his lead and light it up, light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow his lead and light it up, light up the world. Light up the world. Light up the world.
So yeah, that was He's the Light. I really hope you enjoyed this song. I had a lot of fun doing this one. I hope this song reminds you that Jesus is the light of the world and we should reflect his light as well. That's all for now, and I'll see you next time. Bye!